The following program may contain violence, nudity, or other adult situations. It is intended for mature audiences. If you are a child, have a heart condition, or if this kind of thing bugs you, now is your chance to back out, without ruining it for everyone else. You have been warned. Thank you.
Well, here we are again. Another year and another season of Moviocrity is come and gone. And truthfully, I was hoping to do more with Season 3 than I ultimately could. What can I say? It's been a crazy year. But before we close this season out, I want to leave you with a bit of holiday cheer before we set our sights on Season 4. This time, I want to tell you about a Christmas movie with a bunch of tiny creatures who get up to all sorts of murder and mayhem. No, not Gremlins. Hell, people have actually heard of that one. And in fact, Joe Dante's film spawned a bunch of copycats during the 1980s, each of which added their own spin on the formula. But one of the oddest one of these, one of the most shameless, a film that wins points for sheer audacity, is the 1989 straight-to-video film, Elves. This film isn't above cheating its way to the finish line. In fact, even the title is misleading, since there is actually only one elf in the entire film. But this elf doesn't look like the ones at Santa's workshop, and it isn't even played by Will Ferrell, fortunately. No, this is a demonic creature with very limited mobility, powered by off-screen puppeteers who seem to be struggling for dear life in order to get the damn thing working at all. The elf oversold in the title is spawned to life during a complicated ritual performed by a group of teenagers. Apparently, this is what teenagers got up to in the 1980s. Personally, I blame Dungeons & Dragons and Wasp. Kirsten is our heroine of the story. She lays out a scribbling and accidentally cuts her hand, which gives birth to the little monster. Not that Kirsten is there to see it, and not like she has time to worry about it. No, Kirsten has bigger problems. She's working a dead-end job where her boss mistreats her, she's getting propositioned by the cokehead playing Santa at the department store, and then there's her family. Her grandfather is a kook who I'm sure will tell you he was only following orders. And check out her little brother. He's got some real problems.
You pervert! I'm not a pervert. I like seeing naked girls.
I'm your fucking sister!
Yeah, and you've got fucking big tits, and I'm gonna tell everybody I saw them.
Aw, kid. What would Master Splinter say? And then there's her mother, played by Deanna Lund of Land of the Giants fame. She's just amazingly cruel. How cruel? Cruel enough to steal all her money, psychologically abuse her, and kill her cat. Basically, Kirsten's life is a mess. Which gives her something in common with our other hero, Mike McGavin, as played by Grizzly Adams himself, Dan Haggerty. McGavin is an ex-cop who had substance abuse problems in the past and is now just trying in vain to put the pieces of his life back together. Remember Cokehead Santa? Well, it turns out our little elf didn't appreciate him trying to show his candy cane to Kirsten, and so the little beastie offs him. At the murder scene, McGavin discovers a symbol that sends those old detective instincts buzzing. Oh, he also winds up as the new department store Santa because, dead guy or no, a job's a job. A little later, Kirsten and her friends decide to have a party in the department store after hours. McGavin is also there on the sly since he really doesn't have a home of his own. Kirsten and Mike's worlds collide when the elf starts to slaughter Kirsten's friends, seemingly aided by a group of murderous Nazis. Wait, did I just say that?
I want to know the connection between the elves and the Nazis.
Hey, who doesn't? And don't worry, I'm getting there. See, it turns out that the Nazis experimented with using the elves as super soldiers during World War II, something that I personally can't believe never got a special on the History Channel. For whatever reason, it never worked out, though the Nazis had planned for decades to ritually summon the elves once again so that the creatures might help them take over the world.
What's wrong? Are we gonna be alright?
No, Willie. Gramps is a Nazi.
Kirsten is the product of an incestuous union between her grandfather and awful mother. Kirsten was kept pure and virginal over the years, which led to her spilling her blood at just the right moment and in just the right place, and spawning the film's not-so-scary monster. If all goes according to plan, the elf will then mate with the virginal Kirsten, and she will give birth to the true elves, which will usher in the Fourth Reich. And if that sounds confusing, I may be a little foggy on parts of it. But honestly, no foggier than the film, which contradicts itself and seems unable to commit to its own inane backstory. All I know is it winds up coming off as so twisted that a kid shamelessly peeping on his sister is the least perverted thing in the whole movie.
No way. Way.
No way.
Way.
I said no way.
Whatever.
Yes, indeed, Elves is one kooky flick. It's been just begging to be discovered by new generations of cheesy movie fans. But while even more obscure films have gotten high-definition restorations, Elves has been all but forgotten. It's never been released on Blu-ray or DVD, and just look at the thing. It's a low-budget film, and obviously none of that budget went to lighting. Hence, it's actually kind of hard to see what's going on from time to time. The picture quality that exists hasn't changed from the time it was issued more than 25 years ago. It's pretty sorry looking, and honestly, a film as crazy as this deserves a lot more love than it's gotten.
Don't despair just because it's Christmas. Children there are so gay at Christmas. All the children on the street hope they get something good to eat. But for me, it's not so great.